Detectives broadened their search. They turned their attention to Lee's husband, Jerry Nemke, and uncover a bombshell.
It was learned that Jerry was convicted of murder back in 1960. So they start digging into Jerry.
The victim in that case was 16-year-old Marilyn Duncan.
It took place in a deserted lot behind a factory in Chicago, and it was just brutal. It sounded like Jerry had made some sexual advances on Marilyn. Marilyn refuted those advances, and he punched her until he knocked her down to the ground. At that point, he kicked her all over the body. He kicked her so many times that the toes on his shoes had curled backward. If that wasn't enough, there were some bricks that were laying around there. He picked those bricks up and he started beating her body with those bricks. To add insult to injury, he said that he stole $4 from her because that's all she had on her. He left her there to die in the lot, and she did ultimately succumb to those injuries a few days later.
Police catch Nemke in a stolen car and arrest him. They connect him to Marilyn's murder through a pair of sunglasses he left at the scene.
When he was questioned, he confessed to the murder of Marilyn Duncan. After his initial trial, he was found guilty of murder and he was sentenced to death. Jerry filed an appeal. There was a retrial in reference to the obtaining of his confession that he had provided to police at the time of his arrest in 1960. His confession was ultimately thrown out, and even without his confession, Jerry was again found guilty of the murder of Marilyn Duncan. At that point, he was sentenced to 75 to 100 years in prison.
Despite the brutality of the crime and the lengthy sentence, Jerry Nemke is released from prison in 1978, just 18 years after killing Marilyn Duncan.